There's this issue that I've been coming across in which I try to explain my perception of the world to people and they just quite don't understand. Oh, everything's weird. And I've been trying to explain this feeling to people, and it's hard to put it into words. We've had a panini happen, or maybe we're still in it, I don't really know, honestly. We're in a recession, we're heading towards a recession. Market is crap. Everything is too expensive. Rent's ridiculous. New diseases are popping up. People don't know how to interact with one another, and that's probably due to the panini that we experienced. The internet's a strange place, and we seem more divided than ever. I think it's very easy to feel as though the world is coming to an end. Like, I try to remain positive or whatever, but everything seems incredibly bleak right now. And it seems like more people are willing to admit it than others, right? And I wonder why that is. I wonder if the people who are more optimistic or naive, or the ones who refuse to address the severity of things, are doing so out of survival, or if they really believe, things are going to be okay, or if it's just like blissful ignorance. But what if I'm just making a big deal out of everything that has occurred and is currently occurring, and what is projected to occur? Because the matter of the fact is that throughout human history, terrible things have occurred. And yet none of those things led to the end of the world. I mean, we still stuck around to read about it in textbooks, learned about it on YouTube, etc. And so I don't know what makes me think that what we are currently going through is truly the end of it all. Or maybe it's the end of a good time for this generation. Perhaps, the future looking forward isn't as great or as prosperous as we had imagined it to be. Who knows? Or maybe we will get out of this doing much better and being a lot more prosperous. I don't really know, honestly. With all that being said, my absurdist and existential thoughts have only grown to be stronger due to everything that's been happening. Because I've always felt like everything is weird. Even before the panini, I always felt like everything was weird. I used to always say that I don't understand how humans interact, why humans do the things that they do, why humans feel the way that they feel. I think just the concept of being human was incredibly odd and strange to me, and the things in which we do and say and feel and whatever just didn't logically add up for me. I think I've been better about that. I think I've grown to be a lot more human in the past few years, and it's been an incredible journey, but also a very difficult one. So I've been dealing with emotions that I hadn't necessarily dealt with prior. But also, as I'm going through these things, the question of why these emotions and feelings and behaviors are happening still comes to mind. Because again, I recognize that the things that I may say or do or feel or think don't logically add up with my more rational side. Because again, like there's a debate for everything, like what you consider rational. Yeah, whatever. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not making sense. I think it really boils down to, I think humans are weird, life is absurd, and the conditions of the world do not make any of these feelings any better and only exasperate them. And so I'm left at a standstill, in which I don't know. I don't know if I should just flail my arms up and be like, yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna do whatever I want because everything's going to shit anyway and none of this means anything. Or if I should keep going with what I was indoctrinated to do, which is to conform to the traditional way of going about life. And then there's more things to that too that I don't want to get into. But everything just feels so strange and so odd. And I don't know how people go about life just thinking that all of this is normal, you know? It's like we go through these strange series of events that don't make any real sense, only for us to die one day, and then what? What happens then? That's my issue. I haven't necessarily come to terms with the concept of death. I think this is something that I really have to research for and do some readings for in order to really talk about it in depth. But shallow of my mind thoughts now about this topic is that it's really absurd to me that we experience all these weird and tragic things and suffering and whatever, only for it to come down to the lights turning off. And that's why I want to be more of a risk taker, like I said in my previous video. Because if I don't go after the things that I want and could be beneficial to me and just, you know, take the risk, one day I'll be old and be like, oh my god, I'm about to die and I didn't do the things that I wanted to do. If I don't go after the things that I want, I don't make the life that I want for myself, one day I'll look back and regret it, and I don't want that. I don't want that. Life is too absurd and strange and odd and illogical for me to confine myself into these boxes of what a human or a person in 2022 America should be doing. Life is absurd and strange, and I don't know what the best course of action for myself is.